Hello and welcome to my fourth Healing Touch video for self-care. And today I'm going to address a few small methods to help yourself with things like some pain, even maybe stop some bleeding, with anxiety, some tension, and there's this toothache, for example, or some sinus stuffiness, and things like that. It can be those methods that I will teach you will be quite helpful. So the first method that I will be talking about is something called magnetic passes, hands in motion and hands still. And so basically, you just really what you do is just you kind of in your field, okay, in your energy fields, you just kind of brush out, okay. You will feel that a little bit better most likely when we're going to do again our rubbing together of our hands, because we can become more sensitive to the energy through that. Okay, so let's do that for about 20 to 30 seconds. Okay, now bring your hands apart. Notice what sensations you have. When you bring them further apart, how do those sensations change? You may start feeling different sensations. The further you bring your hands apart. And then slowly bring your hands back together. And again, notice how the sensations are now different when you bring your hands back together. Now you may notice resistance, or you may notice your hands pulled together, kind of almost like a magnetism. Yes, and you maybe felt some warmth or tingling or cold, or there are so many different ways we can feel the energy. But why we did this is for you to get a more tangible way to notice that energy that flows through everything. And again, we're talking about an evidence-based modality. Healing Touch has research behind it. So I just wanted to reiterate that in this video. So now the magnetic passes. So when you use them, for example, maybe you have a little headache or stuffiness, you could just go, and I'm sorry this has I cut myself on this finger, so just brush out, you can brush it out. You may see a little difference, or wherever your maybe discomfort is, you can brush it out. It's like brushing out, hands in motion. Or maybe you feel like you just wanted to hold it, this hand still. You just might want some energy to go into that area. You can put it away from the body or on the body. Either way is fine. And wherever you may have that discomfort, you just put your hand or your hands, if it's an area that you maybe want to put both your hands, that is okay as well. All right, very good. And I would like to also talk about another method and also technique, is the ultrasound. Yeah, and the ultrasound has really nothing to do with the ultrasound in our regular medicine. What you do is you use the thumb, the pointer finger, and the middle finger. Imagine energy coming out through your palm, through these fingers, and you can feel maybe this energy, but it's coming through here. Or some people may see it as light as well. So for example, let's say you have clogged up sinuses, okay? That's an example. A lot of people do have that. So you can go, imagine that light, that energy, and just you go in there where you feel your sinuses being clogged up, and just put that energy, let that energy flow in there. And the good thing is, with this technique, you can go kind of behind your eyes and up in your sinuses. You can go in places with this energy you can't just go very easily any other way. And up all the way your nose, you know. So, or whatever, I mean, it may not be your sinuses, it may be another area in your body. Try it on that area, okay? And you make circles, you move your hand around, you make circles of figure eights, that works pretty well. And just imagine that light just going in there as you make those circles or those figure eights, okay? And then afterwards, again, you use, this is your hands in motion, or brush it out. There you go. And brush out whatever you worked on, whatever area you worked on. Okay, very good. Yes, and you can imagine the energy from these fingers, you know, going as long as they need to really penetrate that area that you worked on, okay? Energy fingers can extend. Okay, very good. And I mean, that can be used, this technique, for joint injuries, even cuts, bruises, insect bite, hives, and of course sinus problems and bronchitis, you know, pain, like say for example arthritis or even fractured bones can relieve the pain. So that is a very, very good technique, and you try it out. I mean, for some people it works better than others, maybe. I'm never claiming that, you know, it will work for everybody. Everybody is this different. But if you know, want to try it out and have an open mind, it may just work for you. Another technique I like to describe today is something called the Paindrain. Paindrain is a technique, as it says, you know, to release pain from the body and some congestion and blockage kind of in the energy field, because we have this, you know, our energy field around us, of course. So what we do is we use the left hand on whatever area may be painful. Let me just say it's my shoulder. Okay, it's not, but let me just say it's my shoulder. And then you imagine like almost like a vacuum hose going down from the left hand down into in the right arm, and let it go down through your palm, your hand, your fingers, and let that pain or congestion, it can be also used for congestion, let it flow out into the earth. You hold the right hand towards the earth, okay, toward the ground. And just take some good deep breath and just notice, you know, how it feels as you slowly might notice maybe that pain diminishing or just flowing through, and you might feel it even in your right hand and fingers flowing out. It's possible. So you do it as long as you feel like you feel that pain, that congestion moving out. Just leave it there as long as it needs to be. Often several minutes or even maybe I don't know, maybe it could be 10, 15 minutes, just depends on the severity of the pain. And let's say we assume now that, you felt like the pain got less, it went out of the right arm, the right hand into the ground. And now what we do is then we change. We put the right hand on the area that, for example, had the pain, which would be this case a little awkward with the shoulder, but and then the left hand we're putting upward for the universal energy, for, depending on your faith tradition, some people will call it God's energy, love, cosmic energy, universal energy, whatever works for you. It's a tool. So let this energy enter through your left hand and then flow again down like into a hose, and down through your right hand that touches that area that, for example, was sore. And then let this light, this energy flow into that area and fill it up with light energy. And again, you will hold that as long as it's, as you feel like, you will get a sense of the energy flowing, and eventually will slowly subside. And you feel like it is all done. And you can stop, and I would suggest, give thanks to that universal energy, to God, to whatever you call that beautiful energy that is helping you out. And then we have one more small technique, and it's called the laser. And it's all you do is use your hand, and the energy can flow through just one finger or through the several fingers of your hand, and you don't move that, you just point it at a particular area, for example, that may hurt or maybe feel very congested. It is quite helpful actually with stopping bleeding. So you can point it there, and you don't hold it more than a minute. It's a very strong energy, maybe a few seconds only. And once you feel that energy, you may notice immediately a difference, some change. And then when you move it. And so those are the 4 techniques that I wanted to address today in the healing touch. Again, thank you for watching. If you watch this with a group, with a facilitator, I encourage you to share what you experienced, and I assume you would have stopped the video long enough for each section so that you can actually take some time and really allow each technique to work for you. You need several minutes for each technique, so let it work for you, then go to the next section, the next technique. But then share with the group, share with your facilitator. It is, of course, you don't have to, but it is quite helpful to learn from each other, and we always learn from each other. If you watch this by yourself, again, I encourage you to do some journaling, to write things down that you experienced, and kind of compare with other times. All right. Thanks for watching, and have a blessed day.